Okay? So we say like this, Ki lo el chafetz resha, ata lo yegurcha ra. I think we did that pasuk, right? Because you asked about the separation. Good. Lo yityatzvu holelim leneged enecha. Right? Lo yityatzvu, they will not stand. Right? Holelim leneged enecha. How does he translate holelim by you? The roisterers, me'urbabin, the confused and disoriented. These are both to Doeg and Achitophel is referring to. That means that even though they studied the Torah, they were full of holelut. Holelut means confusion. Or it comes from Hallel, those who praise themselves. They're blowing the trumpet. Like Trump. I mean, I love him, but he's always blowing his trumpet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Holelim, those comes from Hallel. Or holelut. Holelut is also foolishness. So lo ityatzevu holelim is talking about Doeg and Achitophel, Doeg Edomi and Achitophel. They won't stand the neged enecha before your eyes. Saneta kol po'alei aven. You hated kol po'alei aven, the performers or the producers of evil. Yeah? That means that they were involved in Torah. These were two big people who were involved in Torah. And instead they produced evil. It's unbelievable. You know? But it happens all the time, by the way. It happens all the time. Right. That's right. Yeah, and they support the Amalek. But they learn Torah, they're very learned. But there you go. Te'abed divrei kazav. Now we're in Zayin, number 7. Te'aved divrei kazav. Those speakers of deception, te'aved. You're going to destroy that. You're going to doom them. Right? You know, it's incredible. Yeah, te'abed. Destroy them. Those that speak kazav. Ish, this is the man, damim, of blood, umirma. Right? Right? What does it mean, Toved? They're going to be destroyed, they're going to be doomed. How do you destroy them? That what? They're destroyed in this life? No, it means in the afterlife also. Meaning to say, it says there were 4 people that did not go to Olam Haba. Right? They meaning to say that what is the most precious thing we have? The most precious thing we have is existence. We take it for granted because we just are. You wake up in the morning, your heart's beating, your mind's thinking, hopefully your back is okay when you get out of bed, you know? And then, another day. I exist. It's existence. It's a gift from Hashem. And we shouldn't take it for granted. I would say, "Mudadi lefanecha melechai v'kayam, shechezarta bi nishmati bechemla rabba munatecha." Right? But shechezarta bi nishmati, that you're not the neshama, because shechezarta bi, you're the bi in me. Who's in me? Who's me? That's you. That's your essence, your existence. You are existence. Hashem gave you existence. That existence has two garments. Has the spiritual garment, the neshama, and then it has the physical garment. For a while, it has the physical garment, which is the body. But that's not who you are. You are the bee. Shehazarta bi nishmati. Right? You returned in me. Who's the me? That's the you. That's existence. That's the greatest gift we have. What's the greatest fear that we have? That we're not going to exist anymore. That after the grave, we're food for the worms. You see? So we have that fear of death. Fear of death is the greatest fear that man has. And that no meaning, you lived for nothing. Yeah? So, these four, Bil'am, Doeg Edomi, Achitophel, and Gehazi, those are the four that Hashem destroyed. What was the punishment? There was no punishment. There was just destruction. Toved, no existence. Poof, don't exist anymore. Wow. Imagine not existing anymore. Our greatest fear. We don't know. We don't think about it because we go from one day to a day, one moment to moment, day to day, month to month, year to year, And then we look back and say, whoa, we're getting old, everybody's getting old. Oh, my friends died, oh, this one died. Oh, it's my turn, when am I going to die? I don't know. I better get ready. Right? That's how we function. Like a little fish in a bowl. We're all little fish in a bowl. That's what we think. We live inside a little bubble. We don't understand that the self exists infinitely. It's a gift from Hashem. The only thing is that in order to go to that place where we're going to be with Him infinitely, there is a path. And we have to go through this path. Now these four, because they were so wicked, they destroyed themselves. You see? Who was that? Bil'am, Doeg, Achitophel, and Gehazi. The four of them. You know who Gehazi was? Gehazi was the attendant of Elisha HaNavi. Elisha HaNavi, Eliyahu HaNavi had a student. Who was the student? Elisha. Yeah, it says every miracle that Eliyahu did, Elisha did twice. Elisha was very great. Very, very great. And what happened was that Gehazi was the Gabai, the attendant around him. He was the Navi, the prophet. So everybody would come around. Yeah? Everybody would come with their problems, for a blessing, for this. Like you have. You have now a Baba, A big tzaddik comes. Everybody goes to him for blessing, questions, this, that. And they always have somebody there taking money, this, that. Why is that? So you'll see by this story. This goes way back. That you see, you have the fruit. But the fruit is so rich that Hashem created a klipa. How do you call this? The peel, the skin, the husk, outside, to protect it. You take the klipa, you throw it. You eat the fruit. The same was the Sadiq. Sadiq is there, but outside to protect it, you have these guys, they're called Gehazi. Gehazi was the name of this guy. But you'll understand by the story why all the Sadiqim have a Gabbai or Panas or whatever it is, a secretary, and they control who goes in, who goes out. And they're making money and this, very corrupt usually. Not always. But they always protect the Sadiq. Because the Sadiq is the source of the income. I don't protect it. The Sadiq is the goose that lays the golden eggs. You know the story? Right? So they protect him. And some of these Sadiqim, they need protection because people just come and come and come. And he's taking all the averot from them to him. So the Gabbai, this Gehazi, has to be careful that the Sadiq doesn't get overwhelmed. So what was Gehazi and Elisha? What was the story there? Elisha, after Eliyahu had died, and Elisha did many miracles. Eliyahu brought somebody dead alive, right? One time? Yeah? Elisha brought it twice. Somebody dead back to life. A child, right? So there was the great general of the Syrian army. The Syrian army at the time, who was, threatening to invade Israel. And it had, the general was called Haddad. He was a ruthless general with 2 million soldiers, something ridiculous. And they eventually, the whole story there, they invade Israel, they attack Israel, the whole thing. But anyways, so now, this Haddad, he got leprosy. And he's looking, he can't cure his leprosy, it's affecting him. One day, he's sitting in the tent, and the maid, one who cleaned, is cleaning, and he's like, hurts him. He said, why don't you go to this Jewish prophet? They say he's a holy man. He does miracles. Why don't you go to him? And the other soldiers, they say, hey woman, shut up. Why are you intervening here? But he says, no, leave her. Who is this man? He says, he's a very holy man. He's in, in Israel, there over the river. Go, you're not going to lose anything. Go ask him what to do to cure, how can your leprosy be cured? So Haddad says, okay, let's go. He gets, whole entourage. They go to Elisha. They come, Elisha goes out. Elisha was a Navi. Navi Hashem. He saw everything. And Haddad came and he said, he bowed down. And he says, I know why you came to me. He says, how do you know? He says, well, I know. It's your leprosy. How do you know? I haven't showed you. So, he says, yes, I know you have leprosy. So what do you say? He says, go to the Jordan River. The Jordan, the Yarden. 7 times. Come out. He started laughing and says, well, in Syria there's no waters. There's a better waters than this Yarden. But the woman who was the maid, he said, go. You're not going to lose. Try it. So he goes 7 times. Comes up. Skin like a baby. Skin like a baby. It says. I couldn't believe it. He goes back to Elisha and he says, thank you so much. What can I give you? Look, I have gold and silver, beautiful jewelry, and I have velvet, capes and everything. Gehazi, his Gabai, was there looking at all of this. And he has big eyes on the gold. But Elisha says, no. Thank you very much. Just the next time you bow down to your idol, remember the God of Israel, who is one God invisible. And this Hadad, he goes, and he's thinking, wow, this God of Israel is the true God, I see. I can see by this man, he's a holy man. And as he's going, Elisha ran after him. Gehazi, when Elisha is gone, Gehazi starts running after Hadad. Yeah? And he runs after him, says, my general. He says, yes. My master changed his mind. We'll have that gold. If you want, we can take that piece of gold. It's very nice. You had some silver. We'll take the silver. We'll take the jewelry. We'll take also a cape. We'll take this. We'll take that. We'll take that. He came prepared. He put everything. He said, thank you very much. He said, thank you very much. Tell your master thank you. He said, I will tell him. And he goes. And he hides everything. Elisha, of course, he saw it. Calls Gehazi and he says, what did you do? He says, what do you mean? He says, you took the gold and the silver and you lied in my name. This man could have done teshuvah. From now on, the leprosy that he had stuck to you. And as he's standing, he got the leprosy. For you, for your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. 4 generations. He lost Olam Haba. Because he was selling, he was willing to sell Hashem for gold and silver. You see? So this was Gehazi. Now you find tzaddikim like Baba Saleh or Rav Kaduri, big tzaddikim. They had these Gehazi around, taking money, doing business. You always say, why? People still go, but people think, if they're going to take money, I'm not going. What kind of a tzaddik is this? Well, the tzaddik, there's not the money for him. He doesn't take it. The Gabbai takes it. Sometimes, most of the times, they use it for good things. They have a yeshiva, or they have something, okay. But this is the concept of a Gehazi, that the fruit has the klipa, the tzaddik has the klipa of the Gehazi, and you have to go through it to get to the tzaddik. You see? You understood now? So now when it says Te'aved Dovre Kazav, it's talking about Bilam, Doeg, Achitofel, and Gehazi. Okay. Ish damim umirma. Who's damim umirma? Why does it say damim umirma? A man, so David is praying, destroy the man who speaks deception. Right? This was Gehazi, who spoke deception, right? Bilam also spoke deception. You see? He wanted to curse Am Israel, chas v'shalom. And then, who is Damim u'Mirma? That's Achitofel and Doeg. Why? Achitofel told Absalom, kill your father. That's damim, that's blood. He advised him to kill his father. And Absalom listened to him. Right? He was bloodthirsty. And then he told him, go with the concubines of your father and take them. Sleep with them. That's deceit. You're not allowed. The concubines of the king is like a wife. The king has 18 wives. But they're all wives. They are his wives. If you take them, it's like Eshetish. You're going with a married woman. That's deceit. But Achitophel told him, go do it to show that you're the king now. They belong to you. But Hashem had chosen David as a king, not Absalom. Even after David dies, Hashem chose Shlomo HaMelech, the king of the son of Bathsheba, not Absalom. Doeg also was the same thing. Why was Doeg bloodthirsty? Why does he have damim? Because when David was escaping from Shaul, David HaMelech was escaping from Shaul, Benayahu ben Yehoyada, who was the main advisor of David HaMelech, the head of the Sanhedrin, Benayahu ben Yehoyada, very big tzaddik, he said, and I think also Shmuel, he told David, go to the Kohanim. The Kohanim, the Mishkan, in those days, there was no Bet HaMikdash, it was still the Mishkan. It was in Nov. You know Nov? It's a place in Israel. There was a Mishkan. And Shmuel told David, go to Nov, the Kohanim, and they will help you. And take from there the sword of Goliath. The sword of Goliath, which was like a magical sword. You know, had power. Take it to defend yourself. The Kohanim have it over there. So David went. And Doeg Edomi, he sent messengers and they told him, David is with the Kohanim in Nov. The Kohanim in Nov, they gave him food, and they gave him to sleep, and they gave him the sword of Goliath. The Kohanim didn't know that Shaul was pursuing David. But Doeg went and told Shaul HaMelech. And he said, look, these Kohanim, they are rebelling against the king. Moreh bemalchut. What is the halacha in Judaism? Somebody who rebels against the king? Chayav mitah. So Doeg told Shaul, go kill all the Kohanim in Nov. And he did. Shaul went and he killed the whole city of Nov, of Kohanim. You see? It's not because of Doeg Edomi. Because Doeg came and told him. See, so Doeg had blood. And he also advised Shaul, to take David's wife, Michal, his daughter, who was married to David. Right? So he said, go take her away from David and give her to Palti. Palti was another guy. That was deceit. Right? That's mirma. So there's damim and mirma. Both were guilty of damim, of blood, and also of deceit, and mirma. And because Shaul killed all these Kohanim, slaughtered them. Kohanim, they were very peaceful. Killed the whole city of Nov, right? But he had compassion on Agag, the king of Amalek. He let him live. He said, poor guy, let him live. So Chachamim said, and Shmuel HaNavi said, after Shaul let Agag live, he said, Kol hamerachem al achzarim, all those that are have compassion on the cruel Amalek, in the end, Sofo, Leitachzer, to be cruel, Larahabanim, to the compassionate ones. And look, that's what happened. Shaul had compassion on Amalek, on Hamas, on these Nazis. In the end, he was cruel to the Kohanim. He killed the Kohanim. So see the imbalance? How when you are compassionate to somebody you should not be compassionate, in the end, you'll be cruel to the ones that you're supposed to be compassionate. You see? That's the imbalance. That's the imbalance. In Israel, they are compassionate towards Hamas. No more war. Let them finish the war. But they attack the Haredim. They attack the religious. Same thing. Wait a minute, why are you attacking the religious? Why are you attacking them? No, if they don't go to the army, we're not going to give them not a penny. No. But these people are studying Torah. I know there's some that don't, not all of them, but they live on very little money, and they have so many children, and they're doing the best they can for the Jewish people, learning Torah, whatever they're doing. But on Hamas, you want to give them a state now? After what they did, you have compassion on them? No, bring in the trucks, give them food as they're killing. Have compassion on them. Give them food, give them money, give them everything. But the Haredim, don't give them money. Take all the money away. See? Anybody who has pity on the wicked, so far, in the end, will be cruel to the compassionate one. That we learned from Shaul. Yeah? So it says, Te'aved dovre kazav, ish damim umirma. All right? So Doeg lived only 34 years and Achitophel only lived 33 years. אנשי דמים ומרמה לא יחצו ימיהם. That's what it says in Tehillim. Men of blood and deceit would not live half their life. What's half their life? 34, 33. Half of 70. יתעב השם. איש דמים ומרמה יתעב השם. The bloodthirsty and the deceitful man, Hashem abhors. Right? Meaning to say, he hates. And they will not live in Olam Haba either. That's it. They have no existence anymore. But look at what a beautiful pasuk. This is the pasuk that we say when we go into the synagogue. Vani berov chasdecha, pasuk 8, chet. Vani, as for me, berov chasdecha, with your abundant kindness, avo betecha, I will come to your house. Eshtachave, I will bow down. El echal kochecha, to your holy kochecha echal sanctuary. Beyiratecha. In awe of you, in fear of you, I will prostrate. Adonai tet. Neheni besit. This is the pasuk we say when we leave the synagogue. We're supposed to start kiss the mezuzah, and we say this pasuk. Adonai neheni besitkatecha. Hashem, guide me in your righteousness. Leman shorerai. Because those that lie in wait for me. Right? Hayashar lefanai darkecha. Make your way straight before me. Who are the ones that are waiting for you? That's the Yetzer Hara who's waiting for you, right? You don't know what kind of temptation you're going to have when you go out. Right? Because when you're in the synagogue, you're very holy, but when you're at home, it's a whole different thing. When you're in the street, it's a whole different thing. So you're asking that you should take the holiness of Echal Kochecha with you on the way. Yeah? It says that David desired to build the temple for Hashem. You know? That was his goal. He wanted to build a temple for Hashem. In the end, he couldn't. Shlomo did. But because of the temple, this brought the enemies to David, because the Gemara says, the Talmud, that David was sitting with Shmuel HaNavi, Samuel, studying the splendor of the world, the laws of the temple, and this aroused Doeg Edomi's jealousy. Right? That's what it means, Kikinat betecha achalatni, because the jealousy of your house has eaten me up. What does it mean, the jealousy of your house? Is it because I was involved in building the temple and I was sitting with Shmuel, learning about how to build the temple? Doeg Edomi became jealous of me. Be'yiratecha, wow. That you see here how much Hashem wants us to serve Him out of love, not out of fear. That the Goyim, when they do Avodah Zarah, they're afraid of the gods. Ooh, He's going to punish me, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that, this is going to happen. But Hashem wants us to serve Him out of love. Vani berov chasdecha bo betecha. I will come into your temple, into the synagogue with love. Right? Endless love. And then that's why when you come, you are seized with trembling, not with fear of punishment or because it's going to harm you, with awe before God's greatness. That Hashem could give us so much love, give us so much goodness. Right? That means that the what? That the pagan terror, the yira of the Avodah Zarah disappears. Because once the Avodah Zarah is destroyed, it's over. They're not afraid anymore. They go to the temples, or they have, like in Spain, they have these, they take Yoshki out, everybody's afraid. They see him there. Oh, they're afraid. But the minute they go out there, you see, the Jews, because they fear him, they serve him with fear. But we serve Hashem with love. We serve Him with love, so we are in awe of how great Hashem is, and that greatness keeps growing inside of us. That love keeps growing, right? That's what it means. So it starts with Vani berov chasdecha. I come with abo betecha. I come with love. I serve you with love. Ishtachave lechal kochecha be'yiratecha. And then I go to the synagogue, and then I realize I'm in so much awe. Not fear, but awe. Awe is different to fear. Awe means you're dumb-stricken by Hashem's greatness, right? That He would want to have a relationship with us. That He would give us existence with Him forever. Right? So what is he praying for? He's praying for Adonai neheni v'sitkatecha leman shorerai. Guide me in your righteousness because of the enemies that are in waiting before me. Lefanai darkecha. And make my hayashar lefanai darkecha. And make my path straight. Right? From all the errors, from the mistakes that I can make, which my detractors could exploit. Ki en befihu nechona. For in the mouth there's no sincerity. כי אין בפיהו נכונה, נכון, there's no sincerity. Kirbam, the inner thoughts, havot kever patuach, is treacherous, and the throat, kirbam havot kever patuach, right? The inner thought, kirbam havot is from hove. Kever patuach is an open grave. Geronam, the throat. Yes. Yes. Kirbam havot kever patuach. Geronam. Sorry, you're right. Ki en befihu nechona, for in the mouth there's no sincerity. Kirbam havot, the inner thought is treacherous. Kever patuach geronam. The throat is an open grave. Leshonam yahallikun. Wow. So Hirsch comments that havot is the infinitive of hove, to become. Hayo, to be, and hove, to bring into being. Thus havot because ceaseless planning to make something occur. They always conspire and scheme, and therefore there is no sincerity in them. Kirbam havot nechona. Ki en befihu nechona, kirbam havot. For in the mouth there is no sincerity, the inner thought is treacherous. Kever patuach geronam. Right? What does it mean, kever patuach geronam? That they always want to eat the fruits of other people. They always want to have what other people have worked for. You know? That's what it means. The other people's labors. Just as a grave takes in a corpse, right? So too, these evil people, they try to take credit and merit and take in all the fruits of other people's labors. So leshonam yahalikun, the tongue they make smooth, you know? I think we'll stop here. Next week we'll do Pasuk Yud Aleph. It's quite intense, David, eh? Very intense. Very intense. The way he prays.